Alrighty guys, we're back for Big Green Stompy, and this is a Duskmourn standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We got 3 Kona Rescue Beasties. This is a 4-mana 4/3 legendary creature with survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. That is pretty cool, man, and there's actually ways in here to go ahead and tap down Kona the turn it comes into play, like vehicles, for example. We got a couple Hedge Shredders, 4 mana, 5/5 crew for 1. So when it attacks, you may mill 2 cards, and whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Pretty cool stuff, man. There's not too many ways to mill in here, but we do have a couple Seed of Hopes, which might do the thing every now and then while Shredder's on the board, right? So outside of the vehicles, we do have another way to tap down the Kona, which is Citanul Stalwart. This is a 1-mana 1/1. You can tap it, tap an untapped artifact or creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Cool stuff, man. We do have some artifacts in here that we wouldn't mind tapping down to the Stalwart every now and then. We got 3 treasure maps. And then don't forget, of course, the vehicle is also an artifact that we could tap down to the Stalwart too. So treasure map is one we don't get to see too often, which is a little bit surprising sometimes. 2 mana artifact, you can pay 1, tap it, scry 1, put a landmark counter on treasure map. Then, if there are 3 or more landmark counters on it, remove those counters, transform treasure map, and create 3 treasure tokens. Okay. Transforms into Treasure Cove, which is a land that taps for a colorless, and then you can tap it, sacrifice a treasure to draw a card as well. It's a neat one to say the very least, and you know what I think it's going to pair nicely with is actually this Outcaster Trailblazer. So 3 mana 4/2. It has plot for 2 and a green, and then also when it enters, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, and then also whenever another creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card. So sometimes you'll use this as ramp where you'll plot it up on turn 3 to ramp for the next turn into your 5-drop or whatever. But also sometimes you might not have any ramp. Just play it out as a creature, as a 4/2, add 1 mana of any color. Maybe you have nothing in hand to play with that 1 mana, and you just activate the treasure map ability and be pretty happy about it, honestly. So, all right, that's some of the card draw. We do have other card draw packed in, like Up the Beanstalk making the cut as a 1-of. Should do the thing when we have so much top end here to talk about. What are we cheating out for the Kona, or with the Kona, right? 2 Vaultborn Tyrants, nice. 2 Tyrranax Rex, double nice. 2 Nissa, Ascended Animist. Hold on a second. Yeah, Kona says permanent, not just creature. It'd be pretty cool to cheat out a chunky Nissa. Outside of that, the lesser top end, we have some 5-mana cards too. Overlord of the Hauntwoods, as well as a couple Defiler of Vigor. Let's go over the Overlord. This is a 5-mana, 6/5 impending 4 for just 1 in double green. Well, what the heck does that mean, right? So if you cast this spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters on it. It isn't a creature until the last time counter is removed, and then at the beginning of your end step, you remove a time counter from it. Pretty cool stuff, man. Honestly, we got to do some rearranging because that is very much just a 3-mana ramp spell at that point. Because when it enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named Everywhere that has every basic land type. That is pretty darn cool, man. I like it a lot. All right, that's our top end. That's the Kona stuff. What about removal? We got 4 Monstrous Emergence. This is a 2-mana sorcery speed, unfortunately. As an additional cost to cast a spell, choose a creature you control or reveal a creature card in your hand. Monstrous Emergence deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose or the card revealed to target creature. That is actually pretty sick, man. So you're telling me I don't need to have my 6/6 on the board? I can choose it from my hand and have this 2-mana card deal 6 damage to something? Sounds pretty neat, man. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't hit planeswalkers and stuff. It is sorcery speed, so that slows it down. So we're very much just like testing this card out to see if it's actually any good. Hopefully it is, because it's a 4-of in here. We also have a 1-of Smuggler's Surprise, which is just another great way to cheat out some powerful creatures. 24 mana is hopefully enough, and no honorable mentions today, guys. I probably could have packed this full. All 15 cards on the sideboard probably could have been an honorable mention, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what should have at the very least been in the honorable mentions. All right, guys. Hopefully I went over the deck list well enough. Let's go ahead and take it into some ranked and see how we do. Right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting jank, unfortunately. But we'll see, we'll see. Look, early removal with the Emergence, because we don't need the creature on the board, right? We could plot Trailblazer. All we need to do is see a 4th mana in the next 4 turns. Oh, wait a minute, what am I saying? We can also go Impending on the Overlord on 3, too. Yeah, we try it. We go first, too, so I'm pretty happy about this. Island. So nothing to hit with the Emergence, unfortunately. So the question is, do we try, if we see the 4th forest, we try Trailblazer plot, I would say. But of course. Oh, Oculus in the grave. I sense reanimation about to occur. Alright, 3rd comes down. Instead of Impending on the Overlord, we're going to go plot Trailblazer. Because next turn we can ramp into the actual 5 mana Overlord then. 3rd mana and free Oculus? Well, not free, but you guys know what I mean. So this is, as an additional cost to cast a spell, exile 6 cards from your graveyard. It's a flying 5/5 for just 3 mana, by the way. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Manifest Dread. They're keeping the 3 open, unfortunately, guys. So this is probably going to be a counter spell. That's not going to stop me from trying. Oh, nothing stuck for the plot, at least. Yeah, it's not going to stop me from trying. Let's do this. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Now it's sticking, right? So, I mean, the Trailblazer plotting is still casting. It lands. Beautiful stuff. We draw the Trailblazer. We ramp with the Hauntwoods. Oh, some tempo. It's going to be a soul partition. Does that affects the impending cost too, or no? Cast this spell for its impending cost. Maybe it... Cast it for the impending cost. A spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. I don't know. We'll have to test that next turn. Wow, 2 tempo spells from the opponent, guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for the opponent. For sure. Surveil. Hottie Jin. Nice. Alright, more mana. So, so the impending cost is 5. Yes, it looks like it does affect it, right? Because the mana is highlighted down there. That's interesting. So I don't mind I don't mind popping the Hadijin while we can and just like playing the Trailblazer. I also don't mind. There's a lot that I don't mind here. 1 second, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. I am thinking, because if we also go like Overlord of the Haunts for the 5, yeah, that's pretty bad. Probably want to wait till we have 7. Seven's coming next turn, so we don't even need to plot this. We can just play it, and we can still successfully play Monstrous Emergence for the turn then. And we might as well just choose creature we control then. Target them. Trailblazer. Yeah, since they're tapped out and all we needed was the 4, totally fine. Then we'll have 7 for anything we want next turn. Our whole hand takes 7, including the Overlord over here, so... Another Surveil. At any point, they're going to find a way to bring back this Oculus. Or the Hadijin, if that's what they want instead. I think best thing in our hand right now is probably the Rex. Oh, they're just going to cast an Oculus. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they're going to be manifesting dread. Dude, that's a terrifying card. Holy cow. Holy cow, man. Yeah, I think the best thing in hand is the Rex, though. Well, while they're close to tapped out, I guess getting another creature down wouldn't be bad, too. No, it's probably the Rex. Because a couple turns of swinging with Rex is pretty darn good. And also, they only have 7 power total if they double block here, so we do draw on the Trailblazer, so I guess even tempo's rough because the Rex has Ward 4. I think this is going to be pretty tricky for the opponent, but like an Oculus number 2 would be really good. They take the 8 or poison. Helping Hand in the Grave must have been an early discard to something, or what got that? What got that Helping Hand into the grave? Oh, the Manifest Dread, right? Adigen, yep. That's decent. Wow, they go for the swing here. Yeah, they're swinging. I'm taking it. I definitely want Trailblazer on the board to help us draw. With 2 open, we have to anticipate a counterspell. But we might still try the Tyrant anyways. For the life gain. Okay, mana. We could also go Nissa. We could go Nissa -7 and go for the victory that way, right? Either way, counterspell could happen. The question is, which one do we want to risk? Probably the Nissa, since it's the one that could potentially win us the game this turn. All right, opponent. I'm on the edge of my seat, buddy. What you got? It lands. It lands. It could still be tempo for the Trailblazer. All right, here goes nothing. Even if it's not tempo for the Trailblazer, we're forcing blocks on this Rex. Wow. Look at that. Trailblazer tempo. There it is. Okay, they're bouncing it probably. All right, like I said, forcing blocks here. They're at 12, and they do take 10 with a double block. They're going to go for that double block. They're still taking 4 poison. Down to 2. That was a worthwhile turn, I would say. We'll get this down if we have to chump on the ground. And Nissa bottom ability doesn't give haste or anything fancy. In other words, Stalwart before doing all that would have been really good. It is +1/+1 for each forest, and then also gains trample too. Which of course counts the everywhere because it's a plains, island, swamp, mountain, and forest. Cool stuff. And cool stuff from the opponent too. We got to try out this deck list at some point. Helping Hand brings it back tapped, luckily. GG opponent. Rex is brutal, dude. Rex is brutal. Now, they did have enough mana if they found more tempo to actually... Right, to actually pay the ward. But depending on what kind of tempo, if it was just bouncing back to our hand, then we would just play it again next turn and the haste, you know, gets through anyways. If it was another soul partition, however, we would have had to find a mana off the top, right? No. Yes. We have 8 mana on the board. Mana off the top would have helped us cast the Rex after a soul partition too, so... Outside of that, their deck list doesn't just have to have tempo. It could also have, like, actual removal like Get Lost, too. So I'd say maybe we got a little lucky there at the end, at the very end there, where the opponent didn't have an answer for the Rex. It's a hard card to answer, though, let's be real. Worth the 2-up so far, for sure. Oh, and there they are, right? We go first. What are the odds that we draw like a Kona and actually cheat these down on time? I'm going to keep it. See what happens. Going first is huge for us. I mean, I guess anyone going first, it's usually a good thing. All right, Trailblazer. I'll go for the swing, see if it's a Elspeth Smite. It's going to be a Dispersal, actually. Okay. They get the Surveil. Hold up. This is going to be like the same deck list or something. Is this the same opponent? No, I don't think so, right? I never look at the opponent's names, guys. Monstrous Emergence. Instead of running this right into a counterspell, we're going to go for the plot. And if we miss a mana, then it's good. One, we're playing around their 2 open. No attacks this time. It's not worth the 1 damage for them to tempo out and get more into their grave, I would say. Still have a lot more, though. Prankster. 2 Mentors. Helping Hand can bring a Mentor back, and then they can start popping off with it. They got 2 mana open still. All right, Forest off the top. So we do have Monstrous Emergence on the same turn as all this, thanks to the ramp on the Trailblazer. So green source, right? Then we go Shredder. Well, if it lands, it does. Nice. And then we can go. I don't even know if the Emergence is worth it on the Mentor. Just bring it back again next turn. On the stack, they're probably going to get a 1/1 with Prowess. All right, I'll do it. And we will choose a creature we control, which will be Trailblazer. It should be enough. Tap down Shredder. Keep the Trailblazer untapped. Creature we control is Trailblazer. So 4 damage to the Mentor. Can be Curate. Monk and Prowess gets it up to 3/3. Surveil 2 and draw a card is Curate. So lots of ways to bring the Mentor back, and I had to decide, is it even worthwhile? Probably, because they had a second Mentor in the grave. We can see here, this is the style of deck that is running Elspeth Smite too, which is pretty good for our early cards here. Surveil on the Archive. It's a fun deck list to see, but hopefully we see something different. In the next game, sleight of hand, more monks. This is a problem, dude, for real. Even if we see mana off the top, we're not in the Rex's range yet. We could trade into the Trailblazer. It's not worth it because we definitely need to draw off the Trailblazer if we see another top-end creature that we can play. It's mana. 1 closer to the Rex. I could tap down the Trailblazer, but we may very well be forced to block next turn, and I'd rather it trade than be a chump, right? Ooh, there's the land. So we have enough land for the Rex now. It's too bad we didn't see that Defiler off the top this turn instead. That would have been really good. They take the 5. Okay. Okay, now something else to consider too is not swinging, right? And keeping the Shredder back as a blocker for their turn. Curate, Prowess, extra monks. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an issue. They drop a couple lands to the grave. Surveil. They keep on top, I guess, was what they did. It's going to be sleight of hand. Yep, just going all in on this Prowess. We may be forced to block at least one of these monks. And I don't think we'll have enough trump blockers next turn, guys. Into the Flood Maw. Crap, dude. This is really good for the opponent. If I would have kept the Shredder back we still wouldn't have been able to block the main mentor. And even if we could have, yeah, there's nothing stopping them from bringing it back next turn anyways. Yeah. GG opponent, huh? No great way through here. We'll slam that Rex down. Get him down to 7, 4 poison counters, drop the GGs. I'd say that deck list got its revenge pretty good there, right? That was good. They got like... They had crazy plays, honestly. Like, there was not a lot of ways to actually keep up pace with that by any means. Cool stuff. A cool deck list for sure. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. Against some different deck lists, hopefully, right? Oh, man. Hey, while I have you here, in the middle of the video somewhere, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link, as well as that Patreon link, too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. Then also, while we're talking all the YouTube nonsense, if you like the video, make sure you drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing as well, because it really does help out the channel. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? I'm a little afraid. Oh, heck yeah, I'll keep this. We got that Kona in hand. Ramp on the Stalwart and Treasure map, potentially, right? It's good. Sunken Citadel, they call black on it. We play the second Stalwart, then Treasure map, right? It could be Up the Beanstalk too, but this is fine. Totally fine. Setting up the Treasure map for the turn over the Beanstalk. We don't have anything in hand to draw off the Beanstalk anyways. It does replace itself when it comes into play though, but getting that established. Actually, both of them, like, depending on what we're playing next turn, I think I like the Treasure map there much better. So we don't have anything big to play in hand, but free permanence is free permanence. So Kona, on turn 3, right? We tap down the Treasure map. And then we go, uh-oh, instant speed spot removal. It was worth the shot, guys. It was worth the shot. Yeah, if we had something huge in hand... the opponent doesn't know what we have in hand, first of all, but... why'd it go to, Why did it go to our attack step, guys? What's that about? Tap an untapped artifact or creature you control, add 1... Did I click through it? What did I do? No attacks, but can't I tap this Stalwart down? I'm missing something, guys. Uh-oh. I'm definitely missing something here. Seed of Hope. It went all the way back to the opponent's turn, guys. Didn't even get a main phase 2. What did I do? They found Virtue of Persistence for the Kona. Guys, what did I do? I don't know right now. That's gonna drive me nuts. All right, so Trailblazer. First of all, Rex is great. When this tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Tap an untapped artifact or creature you control. I have no idea, guys. I clicked through it and didn't have priority or something. Something ended up happening there. And I'm not 100% certain what it was. And I'm upset about it. Let's just go into the Trailblazer. And then we'll have 2 available for the Beanstalk. By tapping... We'll tap the Treasure map down. Draw a card. And then it goes into our attack step. So we can't tap the other Stalwart. I'm confused. I don't know what that is. Is that a... Is that a glitch? Guys, let me know in the comments, because that's going to drive me nuts. So when we tap the first Stalwart and we tap the treasure map, it doesn't give us an option to tap the other Stalwart for like no reason, even though that's what we want to do. We want to tap it for no reason. I have no idea. I really don't. Weird stuff. Maybe you have to be in full control so you don't miss it. Okay, here's another Kona. So we could try to cheat some stuff down then for the turn. Right? But I'm afraid. I'm afraid now, guys. I'm in full control. We're in full control now. Okay, here we go. So tap the treasure map. We're in full control. Everything should be fine. It should not just pass. No, my other Stalwart. We won't get to test it. No. Crap. Crap, guys. Yeah, we get a draw. That's good news, right? Shredder. Okay. See, now we're still in full control. Now it's going into the combat step. I feel like maybe we just needed full control. Or maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe I'll, since we were unable to test that here in this game, maybe I will test it against Sparky before putting the video up. And if I remember, I'll like put a comment or something, or put it in the description if I figure it out. We'll see though. Maybe we'll get another chance today to test that. Oh, wow. A great board wipe for the opponent, guys. That is brutal. All that nonsense, and we haven't been able to activate the treasure map ability once. So we're actually really far behind here. Really far behind. Let's see what we draw. Some mana is terrific. There we go. And we do have the treasure map ability, which will activate on the opponent's turn. Yeah, that board wipe. That's devastating. A 3-for-1. Which we should have been anticipating, since this is a cave build. Cave build through and through. I'm starting to think that this Rex is really going to come in handy again, but we'll see, because if we're late enough into the game, they can get around that ward cost easily. I'm trying not to bring it up again, guys. I'm trying not to. I'm just so confused as to why we couldn't tap that Kona down at first. Oh, no way, dude. That is brutal. Wow. Destroy enchantment, destroy enchantment. That is a lot of value getting taken off of this table. I'm keeping mana on top. Yeah. I'm keeping it. So they're also grabbing a cave here, too. It does come out untapped because of the splunking as well. So they do still have mana open, so I should have waited for the treasure map until the very end of this turn, but more mana. It's going to be a leech for just 1 mana, guys. Oh, buddy. That's 6 total. Defiler of Vigor. And we still have the treasure map open, thank goodness. They play big creature, we play big creature. Another Splunking, they get card draw here and potentially more life gain. We have to be ready for treasure map next turn being what gets us to the Tyrranax Rex, right? Since we get those extra treasures. But also the card draw on the treasure map might be the only card draw we see. Another Splunking from the opponent. Okay. It's not every day we get to see caves, and this one looks like Jund caves, which is pretty fun. Okay, they're back up to 24. We also have the 2 to pay on the Defiler if that's what we want. We'll try. We'll try the block. I'm not afraid of that. See what happens. We get the block. Nice. Is there going to be something else for the Defiler then? It's not going to be anything else, guys. Yeah, we just called a bluff there. Smuggler Surprise. We should probably... Nah, I'm going to send it. I don't know what that's going to do for us right now. I guess like the mill ability, but I'm not convinced by that yet. All right. Forest. Let's activate the treasure map because we're going to get a bunch of treasures here too. And we have the Defiler ability as well if we want to pay to, which is probably going to be worth it. Send to the forest. I don't think we need that. We don't need that anymore, right? And then I'll gladly pay the 1. That way we have 3 for the Shredder. Because you want to play Shredder before the swing because it's a green permanent. Boosts our board. Now we're losing our treasure, so we're losing the card draw on the treasure cove. But I think that's totally fine and totally worth it based on our board state here. What do you guys think? It's a big swing. Bringing them down to 12. All right, opponent. Let's see it, buddy. It could be like, what? It could be Cave-In hits the Defiler and almost hits the Rex. They have so many caves on this board. Actually, they just play a cave and play Cave-In, and that's like... Oh, it is going to be a Cave-In. Oh, crap, dude. Discover 4? Okay, Blossoming Tortoise. They could have easily found another Cave-In, right? Right? Oh, one of them was milled. All right. I mean, Rex isn't there yet. That was really good for the opponent. Okay. I mean, the Emergence we should just save for another time, right? Because this is still like, this is a powerful swing, regardless. And they could keep the tortoise around. If they keep it as a blocker, it's not doing much. So they're swinging, finding more mana. I think I'm just gonna not. I don't think they're gonna have 16 damage on their turn. Guess I could be wrong, right? I guess they could power up Restless Cottage for cheaper while the tortoise is around. They could power up both Maws for cheaper. The Maws are 3/3s, which would be 4/4s. This would be a 5. So, as far as I can tell, we do want to pop the tortoise right now. Because they're going to be powering up land. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're going to be powering up land now while it's cheaper. Oh, the Sunken Citadel makes it so much more efficient. Guys, they're in this, dude. They have so much land. They can easily block. They can easily block this Rex's power. However, they are losing a lot of power here, too. Look at this. Look at how cheap everything is. They can still go. Losing the tortoise is great news, but I should have popped this tortoise last turn for sure. For sure, guys. So 4/4 and 2 3/3s. What if we just like power up Shredder, they double block, and we take one of these out? Because if we swing with this and they triple block, we take 2 of them out, but then we're down a creature, and we might just not see any more creatures. This might be incredibly silly, but I'm just going to swing Shredder. Lose the Shredder to a double block and take out whatever they do, right? If they double block with the Cavernous Maws, then we'll take one out. We don't need the mill. We don't need it. We don't need the land. I'm going to decline. I don't want to accidentally mill 2 creatures off the top. We already have a lot of land on the board. There's only 24 mana in here, too. They double block with the Restless Cottage. The Maw is a little cheaper to power up, isn't it? I guess the Maw. Really tough decisions. They still have a Restless Prairie over here, too. We're just trading our artifact for one of their lands and hoping that the Rex can push through the rest next turn. We'll see. Opponent is putting up one heck of a fight, though. I can't help but to think that maybe the game would be over if I wasn't silly about the treasures on the treasure map and just started drawing every turn with the treasure cove, right? We got pit offerings here. So also, Tortoise is off the board too, so it is a little bit more expensive to power these things up, but with both Sunken Citadels, it's mana. All right, guys, we gotta risk the swing and see how many of these things the opponent can power. We can sit here and we can math it out, but if we math it out to where they have enough to power it up anyways, what are we gonna do? Pass the turn back and just hope and hope that they don't see anything off the top again? No, I think we swing and then get rid of as many of these lands as possible. And there's just a possibility where we actually get the last bit through, because even if we can squeeze one through, we'll get that 4 poison. And now it has to be the Maw, right? So both Sunken Citadels have been spent, so they can go 2 more for the Maw. Oh, crap, dude. And then they have the Restless Prairie, too. They do. They still have 4. That's brutal. Oh, they go down to 1 here. They got to be careful. Okay, there they go. There they go. Restless Prairie is... Okay. Yep, they got it. They got it. So 3/3. We're going to take out the Restless Lands. The Restless Prairie is probably the weakest link out there right now, though, because the Maw is so cheap. So Cottage, Maw, especially the Cottage, because we don't want them to get food tokens. So this is a lot of tough decisions, man. It really is. Bringing the opponent down to 1 is huge. Getting rid of 2 of their lands for the price of 1. And I guess we play this forest. No reason not to. The only reason we swung first is because they didn't know it was in our hand. Oh, a leech. A leech hits the board. Virtue for the turn. Oh, crap, dude. They're going to start gaining life back. What a game from the opponent, huh? We have 2 turns. They bring back Rex. They bring back Rex and swing. I think this is the opponent's, guys. I can't imagine getting 6 damage through without seeing Rex off the top. And what are the odds of that? 1 in 39 chance of seeing a Rex off the top. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, it could happen. But seriously, we really do have to consider the fact that I used the treasure map treasures when maybe I shouldn't have. Hey, good game, opponent. I can't even be mad because cave builds are cool and we barely, like, we don't get to see cave builds too often. Yeah, this game was a cool one. It was so cool, it distracted me from the fact that this was the same game where I couldn't tap my Stalwart down. Oh, no. That's good stuff. That could have gone either way easily. Easily gone either way. And another thing, too, if I would have popped the Tortoise a turn early, then maybe. That's very possible as well. Guys, we're 38 minutes in. That's usually about where I say that was the last game. But, nah. We're going again. 1 more. Especially since I really want to test if we have to full control to tap the Stalwart for no reason. Because it's possible that it wasn't sticking because we had nothing in hand to play with it, which is a little bit silly to me, but you just never know. Opponent goes first. This is a very slow hand. That might make it a fast game, which would kind of be good since we're getting to the end of the video. But we're on the draw. We could draw something early. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm going to keep it risky, risky. All right. Mana. Bunnies? Bunnies! Oh, we're in trouble, dude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. This should have been a mulligan, right? For sure, but, I mean, Kona was in hand. We could still draw something good enough here. Good turn 3. Oh, Uh-oh, guys. Nothing for the first 4 turns, and then we're going to have to go right into the Kona just to have an emergency blocker. Oh, crap. Actually, yeah, if they buff this wide board state, even if we had Kona as a blocker, it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Yeah. Oops. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. Down to 3. And Defiler of Vigor. Hey, that's going to happen every now and then. All we needed was a Stalwart off the top to test the Kona. Actually, no. Yeah, we did, because we just needed to test the full control. Well, I will show the opponent what the deck list is doing and drop them the GGs. I'm sad, guys. I'm sad. Oh, man. Sanguine Evangelist. We could test it against Sparky in the video. We could. Since it's so hard to test things against the, Did I drop him the GGs already? I did. I totally did. I'm getting myself distracted over here. Yeah, it's so hard to test things against the actual opponents. You guys want to play a match against Sparky real quick with me? Let's do that. Let's go. Usually when I play against Sparky, I'm testing mana bases. You can test mana bases pretty fast against Sparky. Play mode, bot match, big green stompy. Let's do this. So what we're looking for Kona and we're looking for Stalwart. And all we gotta test is if we can tap Kona when we don't have anything in hand to play. Wow. I mean, I'll mulligan to try to find more of what we need to see, right? Treasure map can help us. That's good enough.
Hey, look! I'm a planeswalker.
You are a planeswalker, Sparky. When's the last time I played against Sparky in a video? This is silly. Guys, always feel free to skip ahead in the videos, too. Down in the description, we have timestamps. And at the bottom of the video, too, is chapters. So always feel free to skip ahead to the discussion if you don't want to see the Sparky game. Okay. Well, we're looking for some cards. Hopefully we can draw into them with Trailblazer and the Vaultborn Tyrant. Plotting the Trailblazer doesn't necessarily ramp us where we need to go. I'm just going to get Trailblazer down, use the 1 mana for the treasure map, and get that scry. It's actually pretty sick. Stalwart, that's 1 part of the equation. Keep it on top. Dude, Sparky's about to run us over. All right. Draw off of the Trailblazer. Get the Stalwart down. 2 for the turn. Gonna be mana. I don't mind seeing that. So Stalwart for the turn. We could use the Emergence, but still just going for all that setup. I'm not gonna save the treasure map open against Sparky. Second treasure map can still help us find more, but we're drawing so much when it comes time to. I'm gonna send it. Yeah, until we start seeing more of what we need to see. Holy cow, Sparky, slow down over there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, we know what we're taking out with the Monstrous Emergence, right? Take 5 down to 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be ramping there. It's a lot of card draw, and that's what we want. So I'm going to be taking the 5 here. I hope that's not too risky against Sparky over there. So we're going to start with the treasure map. Get the scry. Trailblazer number 3 is probably unnecessary. We should be able to find whatever we need pretty effectively. We're about to be drawing 3 here, too. I'm going to keep these treasure maps to draw more as well. Sometimes even testing against Sparky, you really got to jump through hoops, huh? This silly stuff, man. Back up to 12. Overlord, Stalwart. Okay, okay. I'm gonna save the treasure. No swings. Might have to chump the fencing ace for the turn. Oh, they're just swinging. Oh, okay, okay. We can go like that then, because the Tyrant trades out, which is good. Yeah, since they played their mana, sometimes this mono white deck that Sparky runs has combat tricks, so you never know sometimes. We'll find the Kona. There it is. All right, so we need to test that we can tap Kona on the same turn when we can't play anything else, right? That was what we're trying to test here. So we got to like completely tap everything down and have a useless Kona play, if that makes sense, right? 1, 2, no, that's too much. 2, 3, 4. 3 with the Stalwart. See, no, see, we're still able to play something then. So it needs to be 1, 2. Monstrous Emergence. Excuse me, Sparky. Excuse me.
Hey, that's wild.
Choose creature we control is totally fine. We'll pop the angel in the sky. So then we'll have 4. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. So I play Kona, and there's nothing left to do in our hand. There's nothing that this Stalwart can play with this treasure, right? So what it was doing was skipping right to combat. So I guess that's what we test first. See if it skips right to combat. Oh, crap. We're going to be drawing, though. We might draw something for 2 mana. Okay, we didn't. See, right to combat. Okay, I think we found it, right? I think we have to go full control. So now, next turn... This is silly, man. So next turn... Okay, Shrine Keeper. We have to do the exact same thing and make it so that way there's nothing we can play in our hand for 3 mana, which would look like 1, 2, 3. Crap, how do we do that? We go like one of you, right? Like that.
That was wicked.
And the treasure, again, we have to like completely tap out so that way there's nothing in our hand to play. So that way we can see. Dang, we still have 5 mana? That's crazy, dude. Anyways, so then we can go Treasure Cove. First of all, now we enter full control mode, okay? Full control. Sacrifice a treasure. Oh no, we're still gonna have 3. We're still gonna have 3 because of the Overlord. Crap, guys. This is rough. How do I actually get this to test? Well, darn it. So technically it's gonna stick because of the Overlord play anyways, which is what we were trying to... Do we just like go into the next turn and try again? I guess. It's fine. And you know what? We will tap that Kona at long last, guys. At long last. We're going to be drawing a bunch here too. I'm sorry, guys. This is super silly. Because somebody in the comments probably already answered my question too. So it's like, what am I even doing at this point? Well, for science. Thank you, Sparky. Taking out everything over there. We'll go ahead and run down the, I guess, the Defiler. Yeah, next turn it's going to be really hard to spend all of our mana. But we'll see, we'll see. Crap, the Overlords. Oh, okay, they're not, yeah, we're fine. Okay, Monstrous Emergence. First of all, that's going to be something that we're going to have to do. We'll reveal a creature this time. We'll scare Sparky with Rex, right? How do we spend all of our mana in hand? We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open there. So if we do 4 with the Defiler's ability. So we go like this. Spend 7.
Wow,
All right, and again, now we want to go into full control mode. Crap, we're drawing a bunch again. Oh, crap, not like this. Come on. Okay, no, wait a minute. Okay, we're fine. Dude, this is so hard to test. What on earth, man? So we want to use the Defiler's ability. Stalwart, tap just the Trailblazer. It's hard because we can't stop the draws from happening. We're just drawing way too much. Come on, nothing for 1 mana. Please, nothing for 1 mana. Okay, we're okay. Okay, see, we're in full control. It did not skip to combat this time, which means we can uselessly tap down Stalwart. Tap down the Kona. There we go. Then it goes into combat. You need full control, guys. We figured it out. GG, Sparky. Thank you for being a champion. It's so hard to test for no reason. Okay. 50 minutes into the video, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the Sparky game. We're already this far. Might as well do an end of video pack too, right? See what we got. It's a rare wild card. That's what you like to see. All right. Big green stompy. Janky? Yes. Are we on to something, though? No. No, here's some stuff I really liked in this build. Treasure map with Trailblazer and Stalwart. Really like this top end, huh? I don't think we want 4 treasure maps, but like, it's kind of really neat. Pairing Stalwart, treasure map, Trailblazer, awesome top end. Monstrous Emergence seemed okay. Obviously, instant speed would make it much, much better. So at that point, maybe we just want to drop a couple of these, go up some instant speed bite spells as well, or fight spells at that point too, if there's something that would fit this build in particular. I like the 4 of it is what we could trade down though for different removal spells. So it's only common too, which is pretty sick. Kona probably doesn't just belong in mono green, guys. There's better vehicles and stuff that we can play early on. So like Big Selesnya is something I want to visit at some point, right? Yeah, well, I mean, we can't drop the build around here, first of all, right? So I like it. I'm just thinking about, like, the fact that it probably isn't mono green where this wants to stick, but it was still kind of neat. And don't forget, guys, now that we tested that out with the Stalwart, if you have nothing in hand to spend that 1 mana on, first of all, maybe you skipped that Sparky game, right? So this is very important. If you have nothing in hand to spend the Stalwart mana on, then it's going to pass right to your combat step, and it won't give you the option to tap Kona with the Stalwart for no reason. The game thinks there's no reason, but obviously we know there's a reason. We want this to be tapped for our second main phase. So make sure you go full control mode. Full control, then it lets you uselessly tap it down, and then you'll get that Kona ability. That's very important. Rearrange here, Overlord can be 3. Again, this is one of those things, same as Kona, is like this, does it belong in mono green? Probably much better in other builds like Domain and stuff. But it was cool. I actually liked it. It also just like when it's early ramp or relatively early ramp or late game big goal creature, then it works. And like I think it works really well. It seems powerful, honestly. So yeah, cool. Do we want all 4? We could probably get away with 3 though, right? Especially if you don't have all 4 of these. Also, guys, if you don't have all 4 of these, is this a deck to put on the Do Not Craft list? Probably. Pretty expensive with the mythic wild cards, right? Vaultborn Tyrant, mythic. Rex, mythic. Nissa, mythic. Overlord, mythic. And then a lot of rares too. Defiler of Vigor, Outcaster Trailblazer, Treasure Map, and the Smuggler Surprise is all rare. So pretty expensive deck list. I would put it on... Oh, the Shredder is also rare. Yeah, I'd put it on the Do Not Craft list. There's probably a more efficient way to put together Big Green Stompy, but there's some things in here that I have to revisit. Number 1, full Kona build around with multiple colors. Overlord at some point, obviously going to make a deck list at some point. I'm talking like full build around deck list. And then also at some point, I really want to test out Stalwart, Treasure Map, Trailblazer again in a different list. Because yeah, I can't stop thinking about how cool that little lineup is. 1, 2, and 3 that just all kind of pair beautifully together, especially if like a second Stalwart comes down too. Oh, 24 mana felt perfect. Do we want any like fancy pants mana over here? Maybe. You could get away with some. Demolition Field or something if you really think you need it. Demolition Field really would have come in handy against that cave build, right? Holy cow. I really, really would have. Maybe I should add one now. I don't think I'm going to. Just consider that for sure, for real. Like, if you put Demolition Field in, dropping a forest, I could also see Mirex, since it looked like we were relying on the Toxic on the Rex more often than I thought. Speaking of which, so maybe you have a lot of this top end, but it's like different order or different numbers, right? Maybe you only have one Nissa, but you have 3 Rex. Then do that, right? Don't craft the second Nissa. Go up the third Rex and just go 1 Nissa, right? And same concept, any combination of the top end. Also, if you don't have like Defiler of Vigor, just go up another 5-drop. That's totally fine. It keeps the ramp curve the same, and then whatever other 5-drop it is would work totally fine. It does not have to be the Defiler. That's some options too. If you really liked the deck list but are afraid to craft it, I completely understand. And so trading things out totally works. Outside of that, is there like a different vehicle you could trade in over Shredder? For mono green, I don't think there's many options. You're going to have a rough time with that. So if you do trade down Shredder, just know that there's going to be less turns where Kona comes out and you're tapping it right away, which is fine since they're both 4-drops anyways. If you don't have Shredder and you drop it, you could just go up some more removal. But remember, also at the front end, Seed of Hope is also in here for the Shredder. Just a little combo between the two. But Seed of Hope also works well on its own anyways, especially when you're looking for specific permanent cards, and this deck happens to be packed full of permanents. 21 creatures, 5 artifacts, 5 enchantments, 2 planeswalkers, 24 land, right? So, yeah, I like Seed of Hope as is, even without the Shredder. But that could also be something you trade out too. You know, more removal would not be terrible. Just remember, when green removal also needs creatures on the board, we're going to struggle to get creatures on the board until the late game anyways, as we're attempting a lot of setup. We saw that in the bunny game, right? That was definitely a mulligan hand, but not an unheard of hand either. I think that's going to happen often. Another reason to call this list janky. All right, guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. Almost an hour-long video. Nice. All right, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.